Hello and welcome everybody, my name's Glen Chun and allow me to beg your indulgence for a couple of moments. This game is from Standoff, I've learnt its name now, from Krieg something Stan, and I'm using this machine gun with blue bullets because it's an LMG and I wanted to see if LMGs were of any use to anybody in this game. Turns out they're definitely more useful than they have been in previous CODs. I'm thinking mainly Black Ops. I'm thinking mainly Modern Warfare 3. The chief reason for that is that they've actually got decent bullets. You know, they've got a lot of rounds in the clip, is what I mean. You know, on this one you get 100 rounds before you have to reload, and that's kind of what the LMGs are all about in the original CODs, you know, defensive, take out a lot of people at the same time guns, and that's basically what they are again, finally, rather than just assault rifles that you just move around a bit slower with, because that's what they've been now for too long. And even in Black Ops 1, it was like, you could use the, I can't even remember their names that much anymore, because I never used it. I think it's the HK, actually, is what it's called. Basically, if you use that, you've got an assault rifle that makes you move slower and slower reload. It's just pointless. So it's good to see LMGs finally have a personality of their own. The actual gameplay is not that good. I mean, this is still before I got good at COD, and I'm talking over the headset, but I'd be hard pressed to know what I'm saying. Because whenever I start talking down mics, I'm just absolutely ridiculous. I think this might have been a time when I was playing with this guy and I was doing a Russian voice or something, and was just being like an angry Russian at everybody. Not entirely sure. I was like, "You little bitches," you know. I was saying shit like that all the time. These little bitches are gonna pay for what they're doing. They're fucking shit ass pieces of shit. They fucking lose everything, and I cannot stand it. You know, that type of thing. It's better when I'm actually doing it because I've got more spontaneous. But yeah, basically at this point I'm still getting used to it. Look, he knew where I was, and well, he knew where I was, but not where I was current. Anyway, this has all been a bit of time wasting because I want to now get into my full topic for today, which is how do you make Call of Duty interesting again. Because the thing with Black Ops 2 is there's nothing really wrong with it as such, apart from the lag compensation. I don't really think there's anything really wrong with it. I mean, I don't think Call of Duty needs aggressive lag compensation. It really doesn't. It may do without it all the way until Black Ops 1, and it was fine. So I don't know why all of a sudden we need this aggressive lag compensation. Other than that, I can't really see anything majorly wrong with this game. There's nothing I've spotted so far to really hate on. And I guess that's why people are hating on the Target Finder, just because it's something to hate on. But, I mean, the Target Finder itself, there's nothing really that wrong with it. I mean, I find it easier to use, yeah, but I don't think it's really bullshit. It's not like, oh my god, you kill me with a Target Finder, you fucking faggot. It's nothing like that, really. But people are making a big deal out of it, mainly because there's nothing else wrong with it. But if you're going to make a big deal out of anything, make a big deal out of the lag compensation, because it basically makes the game as inconsistent as all hell. Like Woody says, when you do well on this game, it's like, yeah, I did well. When I do well on this game, that's not what I think. I think, oh well, at least I'm on the right side of the lag compensation. Basically, you don't feel like you've achieved anything on this game, mainly because of the lag compensation, you know. Because you've all had the games where the lag compensation is against you, and it's just like, what? What the hell? And it's just bad, you know. I mean, it doesn't feel like if you do a bad performance, you blame it on the lag compensation. Well, if you do a good performance, you can thank the lag compensation because it's just hurting somebody else. And that's the problem, really, with the lag compensation. The theory behind it is good, but in practice it doesn't work, and I think it's time Call of Duty learnt its lesson and ditched it. I hope they do anyway, because I don't really think it adds anything to the game. It's not like this game's better than COD 4 for having lag compensation. In fact, the worst COD in history, I would say, Modern Warfare 3, was the first game to have lag compensation, and it's one of the most hated on Call of Duties of all time. Oh, I saw that feed. That was good. Now I'm out of the way, and then oh, you think you're gonna get me there, son? But my main question, I suppose, is this game was quite an interesting game in the sense that it's tried some new things out. The question and the thing is, it hasn't really had a massive effect. My question is going to be this: what do you do now to actually liven COD up? What do you do to take this game, which has invariably gotten quite stale, and really liven it up? And it's going to take something radical, I think. It's going to take something more than just a couple of changes. It's going to require something. I'm not entirely sure actually. I think get rid of lag compensation for one thing, so it's more fair. That might be a start. But then I think you're going to need to have a very, 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 very big differentiation between gun classes, so that each gun class has a massive strength and a massive weakness. And what I mean by that is, basically, if you want to use one certain gun, then fine, but I'm not kind of sure how to do this. Maybe give shotguns a tiny bit more range than they have in this game. One shot kills, but the range drops off. But once you get to the top end of its range, the damage really does drop off fast. So it's really effective at close range. And then have it so that you have a bring back sound whoring. Definitely bring back sound whoring. And I'm not saying this from a place of camping, but I'm saying this to bring into effect my next idea, which is a kind of an idea I'm modifying off of something I heard on Funstruck Gaming recently. And this idea is you then have a dead silence perk, which makes you silent, obviously. That's why it's called dead silence. And then you can use that in conjunction with your knife. So if you have like dead silence on, you can like perform assassination moves. And obviously, if you've got dead silence with the sound whoring, people won't suspect you're going to be there. People will be less off guard, and so these assassination moves would be a bit easier to pull off rather than something that's really rare. And then they can be a massive part of the gameplay. I think also, yeah, that's it. I mean, this guy had a really good idea. Assassination moves with the knife. You come up behind somebody and then do like a mega silent takedown, like I don't know. I guess you might find in Batman Arkham Asylum, that and Arkham City, that type of thing. I guess also take example from this map right here. From this map, what you have is a very, I mean, as every conversation I've overheard on Black Ops 2 so far, whenever this map seems to come up, people go, yes, I love this map. This map's awesome. This map is the best map in the game. And I cannot count the number of conversations I've heard like that. And I think once I've analysed this map in comparison to, compared to the others, the one thing I noticed in this map is there's not a lot of elevation change. It's not like there's loads of buildings and loads of lines of sight from everywhere. There are a few, yes, but this map sort of gets back to the design philosophy, I think, of COD 4 and World at War maps. There isn't a whole lot of aerial. There's not a whole lot of elevation change, and it's a simple kind of map, and it shows. This map is, so far as I've heard, by far people's favourites, and that's something I think we can take heed of. If you really want to breathe new life back into COD, you need to really make the maps more what people want them to be, if you know what I mean. The maps have got to be more like this. This type of map is fun to play because it's simple. That map negotiation isn't complicated. And there's not a shitload of things to get in your way. There's cover points, there's open areas. This map's got a bit of everything, and there's close range. And where I am right now, a shotgun would be the weapon to have. And then you look outside of the building. This map's got everything, and I think if you create more maps with following the design cues found in this map, it will liven up the gameplay, and ultimately liven up Call of Duty in general. And I'm not sure what I'm doing now on the thing. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I've presented a few ideas, and for now, toodles.